Here's the instructional video for Torn But Not Forgotten by Anthony Miller. You can do this with a borrowed deck if they have the same deck as the cards that you're using. Just a quick note, you don't need to use your deck. There's nothing gimmicked about the deck. Now, to do an added convincer that is not necessary, what you're going to need is in this case, I have two cards that I've ripped. I've taken a Queen of Clubs and a Seven of Diamonds. These are two duplicates from another deck. And I held the two cards completely flush together, hold them very tightly, and rip them so that the creases match. You'll notice the creases match perfectly. That's your preparation. Now, in the middle of the pack, you want to make sure to have the Queen of Clubs. And right behind it, you want to have a Seven of Diamonds from the deck. So these are two duplicates that you've brought along with you. So a Queen of Clubs and a Seven of Diamonds within the pack. What you're going to do is place the 7 with the crease side towards your body on the bottom of the pack. Just like so. And you're going to place the Queen into the pack at any point. It does not matter as long as it's not, well, it actually does not matter at all as long as it's in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's near the Queen of Clubs and the Seven of Diamonds. It doesn't matter at all. And you're going to push it forward so that it's flush with the front of the pack. You're going to take the card above it and get a break. Close it up, and you can hold on to it. If you want to set it up beforehand, you can in-jog the card above it, and you could even put it down. And then you could pick it up and reestablish a break above that card. And what you're going to be doing is doing a riffle force, and you're going to force the card above it so you can show a whole card. So you're going to say, go ahead, say stop. They say stop. Let's say they say right there. You lift up all the cards above the break, and that's the card that they've stopped you on. It's actually the card above the half Queen of Clubs. So you say, oh, was that the card? And as you do that, you push it over just as little as possible, a millimeter or two, and catch a pinky break. So all I'm doing is practically forcing the card up and catching a pinky break. I go, was that it? And they go, okay. And then I put the pack on top, I move it back, and I push the card below it. So what I've just done is I have a pinky break, I put the deck on top, I steal that card, I move the pack back about half a card, and I push the Queen forward instead. And I turn my hand over to show the card. Now notice the half card is near the bottom, so nobody's going to see it. If it was up here, they might see it. So you don't want that to happen. Turn it over, show them the card, have them note the Queen of Clubs, at which point you turn it over, and you want to give the impression that you're really holding the deck, because if you ever try it, it's hard to rip a card, just half of it. And then take and then rip it out. And pull against the deck. It makes more noise. And put that down, say that's going to be a memento. Turn the deck over and put it towards you so they can't see it. And what you're going to do at this point is you're going to spread the pack over, and as soon as you reach your Queen, you're going to push this card with your right thumb over to your left thumb, pull it over in front of the Queen, and put the pack down, the other half. And then as you bring this into view, you're going to adjust this 7, just push it forward to that point. Now what this looks like, in theory, is what this is supposed to give the impression is that there's a 7 of Diamonds behind the Queen of Clubs piece. It's very convincing. If you don't know that that's what it is, it just blows you away. It really looks like the Queen, especially when you take the other half and you show that they match up perfectly. So you bring the piece together. So you're going to bring it forward and you're going to bring them together. Now what I like to do is I like to bring my hand on top of this and keep my fingers kind of open and say I'm just going to rub the crease with my thumb. Now that gets them prepared for the Erdnase color change you're going to do in a moment. Then I take it off and I go, oh, I almost got it. Let me try it again. Now on the second pass, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hand on top and I'm going to perform an Erdnase color change. Now here's an exposed view. This portion of my hand is going to contact the bottom of the Queen. It's going to move the Queen back approximately half of a card length. If you can see that. I've used my hand to pull it back. And you don't have to move very far back because obviously they're half cards we're dealing with. And then you move the card back forward using your hand as cover. And then I like to move my thumb over where the crease was and massage it. Turn my hand, and now here's the added convincer. You can push the Queen forward for about half its length. Don't go further or they'll see that half of a card. And what you've just done is you've still shown the 7 behind it, at which point you can tap it with your left thumb and you do a wrist kill so they can't see those pieces. Drop it and let them examine it. Now if you want to end clean, all you have to do is grab the pack, put it into your hand. Okay, so you've turned it over, and then gambler cop the 2 half cards, which is very easy to do. Very easy because, I mean, they're so small. Put the pack down and drop them into your left pocket. Bring your hands out. You're all clean. It's Torn But Not Forgotten by Anthony Miller.